I'm Alex Desnick, and this is the Taste of the Northwest. Today I am cooking with Brian Ingram, founder of New Bohemia Restaurant, a German-style beer hall focusing on brats and craft beer. And these are not ordinary brats. He's doing local and international game sausages, like the one he calls the jackalope. Let's check it out.
So our sausage is a little different than most folks. So a lot of folks, when they have sausage, when they make the grind, in the old days, it was the worst possible parts of the pig that you could do.
Hot dogs, right?
Yeah, it was hot dogs. A lot of lips and feet.
Yep, all the good stuff.
Yeah, so we use all prime cut meats. We have a place out of Colorado that makes it for us. No nitrates, all organic, organic onions, organic cherries, those type of things. Prime cuts of meat, and it just makes a much better sausage.
Fantastic.
So today we're gonna have the jackalope that was featured on Bizarre Foods.
Okay, yep.
So, jackalope, we've got antelope in here, rabbit, pork. We've got organic cherries and habanero pepper to kick it up.
Wow, a little sweet heat thing?
Yeah, sweet and heat, so it's great. And we're gonna actually top that. We're gonna do some bacon beer brine kraut. We do our kraut a little different. We use a local Saison beer.
Okay.
So we put some Saison in our kraut, and then we're gonna render the bacon down, add it all in.
Wow.
We're gonna top that, and it really offsets the heat really nice on the jackalope.
Beautiful.
And then we're also gonna be doing some beer butter onions that we do with a local Gateway Pilsner from Liftbridge Brewery.
All right.
And we do a little butter, some onions, and then some seasoning, and we're gonna top that on top of our other sausage here, and this one's our Tommy Knocker.
Okay.
Tommy Knocker is an award-winning beer out of Colorado.
Yeah.
Each batch takes 150 pounds of meat, 30 gallons of beer.
Wow.
And then it's actually emulsification. So a lot of folks claim they do beer brats.
Yeah.
We really do
This
beer
one's
brats.
actually going to taste like beer.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
So we've got those going right now, and then we're famous for our giant pretzel. They say it's as big as your head, about the size of a large pizza, and we do that with a cheese sauce as well. And of course, it's got to have beer in that cheese sauce.
Oh,
as
yeah.
well. So we do that with a jalapeno cheese.
Okay.
And then some beer, and do a reduction on that as
Wow.
well.
That looks fantastic.
So we've got our bacon pretty close, so if you ever want to make it at home, you're just rendering down the bacon.
Yep.
And this is the one thing where we like to leave the fat in, because that's where all the flavor is.
That's where the flavor is.
So we're going to add some sauerkraut to that. And then we're just going to cook that down, because nothing's worse when you put kraut on your brat and it's all juicy and now your bun's ruined.
Oh,
so
yeah. That's
we
a
do
great
a reduction
point.
and cook it down until it's almost dry, and you can almost caramelize it where it has a caramelization.
It's almost like onions, yeah.
Yep. So that's what we're going to.
Good tip for a home cook.
Right. And then our beer butter onions. So here we've just reduced down some onions, beer, some seasoning, and then we're going to add some beer to that. You always got to have a growler.
Yeah,
so you can
right.
Pour yourself a glass of beer and do a reduction as well.
Yeah, I'm sure those growlers are probably pretty popular at the...
Those are.
Yeah.
We're actually working on a process where we can actually start selling growlers. In Minnesota, unless you have a brewery, you can't really sell growlers to go. So we're actually working on a new beer system where we can brew beer in our restaurants, and it's a small, self-contained
That's awesome.
unit. So we're trying to do that, and then we're going to put a little weight on it so we can sear those sausages down.
Caramelization.
Yeah, exactly. And then, of course, we're going to add a little beer to that.
Why not?
Everything's better with beer.
Yep. Wow, that smells good.
And then our mustards as well. We make all of our mustards in-house.
Wow.
All of them with local beers. So we do a stout and herb beer mustard, a honey wise done with a Hefeweizen. We make a mango curry ketchup, and then a spicy Saison beer mustard. And we actually take our mustard seeds, 4 different type of seeds, and we let those sit in a brine for about 48 hours. Breaks the seeds down.
Grind them up
and then grind them up. And so they've got quite a bit of heat to them, because you're just doing straight mustard seeds. So they've got a little bite to them at the end.
That's how I like it.
Yeah, but it's great.
So you were telling me that you're going to be opening some new locations?
Yeah, we're excited. We've got Mankato on our radar here coming up.
That should be
Egan's
popular.
on our radar coming up, and we'd like to have 4 more units by the end of next year. So
That's fantastic.
Here in Minnesota, so we've got the 2 stores that have done great
Yeah.
for us, and we're looking forward
I
to
mean,
growing
every
in the
time I
market.
drive by, that parking lot's always slammed.
It's great. It's big communal seating,
Yeah.
so you can show up with a party of 20, a party
Yep.
of 30, a party of 2, and we call it making new friends. So
Yeah.
you can sit down at a table. It's like the old German-style
Yeah.
beer halls, where if you're home by yourself and you
Yeah.
want to go meet somebody, you
Go
can
have
come
some
sit
fun.
at you can go sit at the table. So, and then we do a lot of catering and a lot
Yeah.
of off-site parties. So. We have General Mills very close to us,
Yep.
so we'll take over for groups of 20 and 30 for those
Awesome.
folks. So nothing travels better than brat.
Yeah.
So it
That
works out
smell
great
gets
for
them,
us.
I bet.
Yeah, the smell will get them for sure. And we're actually working on a food truck right now as well.
Ooh.
So we're hoping the food truck by next year we'll have our food truck going. So we're gonna just flip those one more time. Those are gonna be.
You guys also do a lot of limited release kind of beer stuff.
Yeah, we're actually doing a Surly, November 7th, we're doing a Surly tap takeover.
Okay.
The biggest of its kind, 32 flavors they're
Wow.
making for us. They've never done that before.
That's awesome.
And we're gonna launch it on November 7th at our Golden Valley
Okay.
location. So every tap for that day is gonna be Surly. Some of their great stuff, the Outer Darkness, all the stuff that people
Everyone
wait
loves
all year.
that one.
What people wait all year for,
Yep.
we'll be launching that. And then we've got stuff that we've literally been selling for about a year and a half
Wow.
now. So it's going to be a great
That's
event
awesome.
for us. So yeah, we really, out of 36 taps, at least 26, sometimes more, local.
That's
So
fantastic.
we try to buy produce local.
Yep.
We try to have our buns made local.
It's the way to do it.
Yeah, if we could, some of our sausages we have made local, and
Yeah.
then some we buy from Colorado.
But you're using
someplace-
great ingredients. so.
Great ingredients. And then some stuff you can't get here, alligator, rattlesnake, so
Yep.
those are all coming out of Louisiana.
Yeah.
So we have stuff like that that we have to bring in from other places. But that's it. So our onions are really close to being done.
They look fantastic.
And our bacon kraut's getting close. The sausages are really close for us as well. All right. Pull that off over here and set it over here. So for us, that's a perfect for a sausage. We like to caramelize them up. You have the sugar content
Yep.
from the dried cherries
Where all
on the
the flavor
jackalope.
is.
So that's, yeah, absolutely. And then the beer on this one, you can almost see it coming right out of it. So
Yeah.
sometimes they'll spring a leak and be squirting beer, so got to
Watch
be
your
careful
eyes.
for that one. That's it. Got just a little longer. The other fun thing that we do at our restaurants is we do trivia 2 nights a week at our Northeast location because it's closer to the college. So we
Yep.
do trivia on Tuesday nights, and then we also do it on Thursday nights.
That's fantastic.
And it's a blast. Again,
Yeah.
at Golden Valley, it's amazing. You think a beer hall, but we do tons of families,
Yeah.
and they get away for 2 hours, and they get to play games with their
Yep.
kids and have some fun. So
That's
it's
great.
kind of a fun thing. So we see lots of families at the Golden Valley
Yeah.
location. Our buns are actually made too, so it's a Hefeweizen
Okay.
butter glaze
Of
that goes
course.
over the top of it, and then it's a corn bun.
Okay.
So we're gonna go ahead and do our beer brat. So our beer brat there. On the beer brat, you got to do beer buttered onions just
Yep.
because that makes sense. So we're gonna top that with some beer buttered onions. Our jackalope. So the jackalope, the habanero is no joke. So that
Yeah,
one,
it's
the
really
habanero
hot.
will come up.
I
and
like it hot.
It'll grab you. We actually were doing the Tour de Fat yesterday at
Okay,
Loring
yep,
Park,
in
and
Loring Park, yep.
we were featuring the jackalope, and it was amazing the
Yeah,
response to
people
it.
were
So
liking
people
it?
were loving it. And
That's great.
I think the guys at New Belgium liked it because they sold a lot of beer after people were eating one. So.
Got to cool down that tongue
Yeah.
somehow.
So we're gonna put that in. We're gonna try to get as much liquid off as we can.
So what mustards would you recommend?
So I like to go a little bold. So I like our stout
Okay.
on the beer brat.
Yep.
The stout's a great one. The honey wise, I like to mellow out a little bit
Okay.
on the spicier sausages. So if I'm using a brat that doesn't have a lot of heat to
Yep.
it, a lot of times I'll use the stout. Anything that's really kind of spicy, I normally mellow it out with that. And then something that we have some neutral sausages that just the chicken apple and those
Yeah.
type of things that I want to kick it up a notch. The spicy saison is a
Okay.
great one. So
Fantastic.
it's kind of fun to pair them up, and we have people all the time coming up and they're mixing them and saying you should have this mustard on, and they make their own creations. So, All right, we'll start you so we don't ruin your palate.
Yeah.
We'll do the beer brat first.
Okay. This is the beer brat.
That is the beer brat.
Okay.
Yep. 30 gallons of beer, so.
Tastes like beer. It's spicy, the butter is perfect, it's super juicy. And I really like the grind you got on the pork. And the
Yeah.
bun is really nice and soft and
Yep.
sops everything up. It's fantastic.
That's how you really tell a craft sausage is the grind. A lot of times if it's just tastes like a hot
Mush,
dog, yeah,
yep.
it's mush, where we like to have a coarse grind. You can really pick up the flavors of the meat. And if you have meats you're proud of, you can have a coarse grind. On a coarse grind, on a traditional sausage, you'll get gristle and
Yep.
stuff, so they go really fine to
Yep.
break that up. With ours, we want you to taste the chunks of meat.
This guy's good to go too. So this is gonna, I'm putting spicy on spicy right now.
Spicy
right?
on spicy, you're
All
a
right,
brave
let's
man.
do it.
Right?
Feeling crazy. Try to do this as delicately as
There's
possible.
no delicate way to eat sausage. So the Tommy Knocker is nice because it's complex. You get all those different flavors coming through.
Wow. You really can. I mean, I definitely, it does not taste like just pork. There is definitely like a very unique, it's definitely not gamey though. It has just like a really interesting flavor. I don't know if that's the antelope or the rabbit or the combo.
It's kind of the combo. The
Yeah.
antelope and the rabbit, they're kind of subtle, and that's what you get a lot when people try it. They're
Yeah.
expecting to have a very gamey
yeah.
flavor.
It's
and
not
this-
gamey
it's not
at all.
gamey
It's
at
very
all.
clean.
Yeah.
But it still has enough fat from that pork, so it has some juiciness. And then I'm getting that little habanero on the back end.
The habanero
and I
catches
like
you.
that. It's
Yep.
a little kicker.
Yeah, it's nice. It comes in at
But,
the end, and then you get a nice beer to go along
Yeah.
with it to mellow it out.
That's fantastic. Well, Brian, it was really awesome for you to come here, and everyone should check out New Bohemia. This is absolutely delicious, and this has been the Taste of the Northwest. I'm Alex Desnick. See you guys next time.